All right, y'all. So I'm about to wrap up today. Well, by the time I drop this, it's probably gonna be after 12 o'clock. So this is, gonna be late or whatnot. But this is another nightcap SR edition. You know what I'm saying, of course, or SR nightcap edition. And as you guys know, I'm continuing the journey, doing what I gotta do, staying in monk mode, preparing for my new future, and making sure that I cross my T's and dot my I's. Um, some things that I want to keep in mind, and I think you guys like probably keep in mind too, is that you know that there are natural ways that women are naturally attracted to guys, right? If you do certain things, like the simplest things, like if you have confidence, if you have a good posture, um, if you smell good, things of that nature, you become fairly more attractive to a female. One thing to keep in mind is that, like, how you would inadvertently attract women without even trying. When you talk about being on SR, it is literally going to be effortless with how you can manifest, how you can attract, how you can just pretty much do things at a high level. It's going to be effortless. Um, but more in particular, as far as like the attraction level goes with women and whatnot, we just got to be careful. We have to be mindful of how powerful our energy is, how powerful our words are when we speak. We have to be mindful. There's a lot of times where um, being high vibrational, some of the characteristics are having a clear mind, having a positive attitude, having confidence, being proactive, and also just staying clean. Not only not only you staying clean, but like your surroundings, like your setting, where your room or your kitchen, things of that nature. I remember when I was in a situation where, and I guess you could call this kind of like story time a little bit. Well, first of all, I don't even think Homegirl even knows that I even have a YouTube channel, so I guess I could talk about this experience. So I guess just enjoy the ride. But this particular situation was interesting because I want to say maybe this is like 5 or 6 years ago, um, before, yeah, before everything was popping like that. I actually was popping somewhat on Facebook, and I had like a plethora of statuses that would go viral, and I always had different women commenting on my post, and it was just crazy. Like I had like a lot of different types of. I have like stories from that as well too, which I probably will touch on in a later video. But this particular instance, you know me, I'm just doing my thing, minding my business on Facebook, wilding. Um, this young lady messages me, and this is how. And when I tell this story, or when I give you my experience, I want y'all to keep in mind how like subtle like things can be, or pretty much the subtle things that you do can make a huge difference on whether or not a female is attracted to you or not. See, when you're on semen retention, you will naturally be in this energy times 10. You feel me? Not just like the regular, what most regular guys are, but having the life force energy and having that electricity and the cultivation of the energy is supreme. And women will love that energy because they know it translates into a phenomenal time within the bedroom, emotionally, financially, things of that nature, right? So be careful how you guys will inadvertently attract different women. So now this particular instance, I was just cooling, just doing my thug dizzle. This girl, she messages me. She's like, "Hey, what's up?" If I can remember, I think that's how it started off. She was just, "Hey, what's up?" And then I went to messaging her back and forth. So we were going back and forth. Turns out This young lady stayed upstate, like I stayed in South Florida, and she stayed like further up North Florida area. And she was fairly okay. I want to say her Facebook pictures and her profile picture or whatnot, like I say, it made her like a 7, but like a low 7. I'm talking about maybe like a 6.5. So face wise, face wise, she was okay. But the body wise, I was attracted to. She works out, whatnot. So I guess there was something there. Like she took a liking to me. She noticed that I was, active on Facebook, and there's always all these females commenting and XYZ. We ended up talking for a few weeks, and this is all through Facebook. She ends up telling me that she has family that live in South Florida, and she was thinking about making a trip to South Florida. And I'm like, all right, cool, whatever. So she basically said she was going to drive from North Florida down to South Florida and hang out with her family, and she wanted to meet me. Now, at this time, I want to say I was more so, I was in a void. So I haven't, like at the time, I didn't really learn about semen retention. I kind of vaguely heard about it, but all I knew was that being addicted to porn was bad, which pretty much is kind of obvious. But at the time, I was kind of like, just way in my lower nature, you feel me? But at the same time, though, I was still, I was just still learning myself, like learning how the world works and everything. Even though I was kind of like in my mid-20s, it's just, me personally, I'm a late bloomer. A lot of the experiences that my peers have had, they had it, 11th grade, 12th grade, and then first year of college. Like this time around with this young lady, this was probably like 5 or 6 years removed from me graduating high school. So anyway, she visits South Florida, and then we meet. She says she wants to meet me or whatnot. Now, mind you, she was very critical and very specific when she said, listen, we not going to be doing none of that. Yeah, I may be attracted to you, but XYZ. And I'm like, okay, cool, whatever. Like, I wasn't stunting nothing. I wasn't tripping on nothing. We link up. She actually pulls up to my crib because at the time, no. She tells me where she's staying at for the weekend. So I pull up to where she stay at. We linked up. We couldn't really stay in the house where her auntie was. So she was like, oh, let's just chill. Like, let's just drive around the park or whatnot. We parked. Now, mind you, she already said that she wasn't going to be doing nothing, right? And because of the energy that I was in, even though I was still in my lower nature, I still had the mindset to still maintain attraction by not being too thirsty or not acting like I want the shit. And again, she was okay. I mean, when I seen her in person, she was actually cute. She smelled amazing. She looked good. It was cool. So, we chill, we talk for maybe 20 minutes, and then we go to having a different kind of conversation. And that's the thing about it too. Inadvertently, I ended up turning her on. Because one of the ways how you can kind of turn a female on, if you don't know, is if you talk about like a certain fantasy, or if you talk about something that is like going on a trip or some type of like fantasy, something to get like her emotionally invested within, that experience that you're talking about. That can lead to an erotic type of like conversation. And if you have erotic conversations, that's kind of like you're already kind of touching her because now you got her mind going. And if her mind is going, now her body's getting turned on. So the whole time when I'm chilling with her, I'm talking about all of these, think like places where I would want to go and things I want to do if I had my ideal type of female. Now, it's like I kind of knew what I was doing, but I didn't know what I was doing. But little did I know, she was getting wet the whole time. Maybe 30 minutes after that, we got physical. And she was like, yeah, she went to doing adult things to me. And yeah, we ended up going crazy in the car, bro. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, we just, and that was like the first time in a long time that I did it in the car, because I was, that's kind of so high school. But whatever, bro. That's one thing about it, man. When a female really wants you and when you turn her on, because I really wasn't expecting anything, bro. Like, I didn't even expect for us to hang out that long. But yeah, without me noticing, based on the poise that I had, the confidence that I had, and the fact that I was able to, like, have a conversation and get her emotionally involved, and I got her aroused low key. Um, yeah, that'll do it low key, especially if she already finds you attractive. So just keep in mind while you're on retention, just be mindful of your, like, the conversations that you may have. And there's nothing wrong with talking about like a fantasy, as long as it's not like something sexual. But you know me personally, I'm a strategic, slick person when it comes to my wordplay. And I sometimes I know what I be doing, bro. Sometimes, like, all right, put it like this: I'll know what I'll be doing at the time of when I'm doing it, but I'm kind of in the wrong, because I should have known that, like, you feel me? If I would have said this, for example, it would get her mind going crazy. You know what I'm saying? Again, I would sometimes explain, well, if I had a wife, I'll make sure I come home after work, I'll do this, do that, just explain everything with details. If you know how to tell like a good story and, make it colorful, trust and believe, bro. Like, you can go places, trust. And yeah, I have a way of, like, kind of communicating when I communicate with women. And be on retention, again, it's like, it's gonna be 10 times uh 10 times greater as far as like the energy is concerned, your mindset and your aura, your magnetism. They really gonna feel that shit, bro. So even if you're not focused on dealing with one particular female, you might end up having some women, like, get a crush on you out of nowhere. But if that does happen, you understand why that happens. You know what I'm saying? But long story short, with that young lady, after we done went crazy in the car, she was like, hey, why don't you come to my crib and chill with me for a couple of days? Now, mind you, she lives in North Florida. And at the time, I think I was out of school. I don't even know what the fuck I was doing, but I think I had enough off time to go chill with her. So I was like, sure, okay, cool. And mind you, this is nothing that like I normally would do. And she was like a couple years older than me too, like just a few years, not too old. But I was like, shit, fuck it, like, shit. She on the first night we go crazy in the car, shit, we might as well go back to her crib. She was willing to make me ride with her up to North Florida, and she said she was gonna drop me back. That was like a 6-7 hour drive, which is crazy. So what ended up happening was, I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna ride out with her. Now, little did I know, I kind of was running into like not really a trap, but the drive going up to her crib, it was cool. We was listening to music, we had great conversation. It never got boring, it never got stale. Like, it was a vibe the entire time. And get to her crib, and so yeah, I ended up hanging out with her for a couple of days. The first night we went crazy. It was a whole bunch of fireworks going on, to say the least. And to me, it was just like an experience. the shit went from 0 to 100 real quick. I didn't notice at the time that she, like, how I was carrying myself and the things that I was saying, and just she seen my energy. She was falling deeply, deeply, kind of like in love with me. But I think it was more so, well, I wouldn't say it's in love, but I think it just seems like she really, really wanted me. I wouldn't say love, but I know she really, really wanted me. So, but I didn't peep that. So, knocking down the first night, second night we chilling. This is where everything kind of like started to get a little, I started to see the reality. Because remember what I said earlier in the video when I said, like, when you are on retention, you pretty much have that godlike energy. Your spirit is clean, your mind is clean, uh, even your surroundings, your room, and things of that nature. Bro, I'm naturally just being myself, bro. I'm not even trying to like show her that, hey, you should be with me. But I decided to kind of help out in the house because I had time. I'm chilling. Shit. I like to stay in a clean environment. So, shit, if I could take out the trash, or if I could sweep up real quick, or if I could wipe this shit up real quick, shit, I'm staying here for a couple of days. Why not? Shit, fuck it. I'm chilling. That's just me. That's just the type of energy that I got. And I wasn't even practicing retention back then. It was just more so of like me, because I always had a relationship with God. But, there's levels to, raising your frequency and your vibration. So she noticed that I had swept some shit up, and then she was just watching and just staring at me. I'm like, the fuck? And then she was like, can I kidnap you? Can you stay? I don't want you. I don't want you to go back. I want you to stay here with me. And then at first I thought she was playing around and whatnot, but then she was like dead ass serious. She's like, no, I'm serious. Like, your energy is good. Da da da. Do this, do that. And I'm like, bro, we only been talking for like maybe 3 weeks at the most. And yeah, it went from 0 to 100 real quick. And this whole time, I didn't even realize that just how my energy was and what I was doing and what I was saying, it was really getting her attracted. And that's the thing about it. You have to be careful of the nature of the conversation, especially if you look good and you work out and you take care of your body and things of that nature. But a lot of women will be attracted to you. Most of the time, too, good-looking guys are assholes. So when she meets a person like you that's not really an asshole, don't be Mr. Nice Guy. I need y'all to still know how to like play with her, tease her, and shit like that. You feel me? You can't be too nice, because then they're just gonna walk over you. But like, once they meet a guy who's genuinely decent, calm, chill, doesn't mind really doing shit, not a pushover, but like, again, like whatever, you feel me? Small shit, whatever. They fuck with that. They want that. So apparently, I basically noticed some things about this young lady that I didn't see in the beginning, and I just wasn't interested, to keep it, simple. And I'm like, bro, you're older than me. If I live with you, I'm gonna cheat on you. Like, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, you're a 6.5, 7 at best. You know what I'm saying? Well, her body is pretty much like the 7. Her face was kind of like 6.5, maybe 5. Well, see, I'm not gonna expose her like that. It was weird just seeing a female outside of just how they carry themselves out the door, and just seeing them in their natural state is interesting, because it kind of says a lot about them, like how much makeup or how much enhancements they do to look really that beautiful. And I noticed that she had some enhancements, and I was just like, okay, me personally, again, barely knew her. She was older than me. If I would have took that opportunity to move in with her, I don't know if I would be happy. She ended up dropping me back to the crib. We probably spoke for like maybe a couple more weeks, and then after that we just kind of fell out. She started I basically was like, I want no pushover, bro. Like I was just keeping it a bean. Like, and then she was getting jealous with the females that was on my Facebook. It just got crazy. It got nasty at the end. She got real condescending and real slick because I wasn't folding. I wasn't, you know, and I'm sorry if I led her on or if I led her on in that direction, but I just got to do better of just being aware of what I say, how I say it, and then even when I open up myself to, have sex with this young lady, you feel me? So just keep that in mind, bro. That happened to me, and I wasn't even on retention. Now I got other stories, but I'm gonna just keep it to this for right now. You know what I'm saying? It's a nightcap. I don't want to take up too much of y'all time though, but like just be aware, stay focused. Um, things will happen, and whether you know it or not, again, your energy is being noticed, is being felt. You feel me? Especially by some of these women that are very good at concealing the fact that they want you. That young lady, again, she wanted me to move in with her and stuff, and I was good. You know what I'm saying? I'm straight, bro. I'm out here living life. You feel me? I'm still in my mid-20s. But I do have another situation where I was talking to a much older woman. I actually got two situations that I could actually touch on, but I'll save that for a different day, probably on the next nightcap. But other than that, man, MGT, what it do? It's your boy Moody Starr, and I'm back again with another video. If you're new, you already know what to do, man. Become a subscriber, like the video, and join MGT. This is a channel where I like to highlight current events and talk about my spiritual walk here in this beautiful, fucked up, sideways ass matrix. Now, first of all, I got to say a special shout out to anybody that's holding on to your energy, going within and being high vibrational. Here at MGT, this is what we do. We work on ourselves every single day. Intro for the outro. Yo, y'all stay focused. Stay aware of your energy and how you may come off to some people. Shit, honestly, if nobody's noticing you right now, that's a good thing. Just chill, just vibe. You don't need that type of energy. You don't need all that attention right now. Just keep focusing on yourself, and everything will work out the way it needs to work out in due time. So yeah, other than that, man, if you made it to the end of this video, of course you already know what time it is. You the GOAT. Shout out to you. Continue the journey. Keep God first. I'm definitely see you guys on the next video. Peace.